5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And it's live.
This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Watch and subscribe on YouTube and listen on your podcast platform.
Yeah, good evening everyone and welcome back to Leicester Till I Die here on YouTube and Twitch tonight, and we're back with episode 4 of the Football Manager live stream. You've called for it in real life, play the youth. So we are relegated to League 2, and of course we are rebuilding from the academy up. So thank you for joining us tonight. I'll get to your comments in a minute. There's a few people in already. Let me just quickly pop these on. Good to see everyone. Good result for us yesterday as well against Derby, wasn't it? Which was a really nice way to start this episode. Who'd have thought that would have happened? But there we go. So anyway, thank you very much for your comments at the end of the last episode as well, guys. Obviously, have a look at them. Gray and Wayne both left very nice comments there. So thank you both very much for that. Really appreciate the support on this stream. And to get you back up to speed with where we're starting from this episode, the last time out, we went unbeaten. Unbelievable stuff. We started away at Bromley in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. We won that one. We also won the second one to end the episode against Tottenham, which means we qualified in that as well from the group, which is unbelievable. So the third game against Swindon, we're going to get to rest of the players, which is great. In the league, we drew with Crawley 0-0. We beat Notts County away 3-1. The 2-1 win over Swindon there. A 2-2 against Tranmere and a 2-2 against Newport. And I must be honest, I poo-pooed these games because we were winning them, and I changed the tactics because I've been trying to build into a second tactic in order to get us a little bit more secure, because our fitness has been a bit of an issue so far with players getting injured. As you can see, we still got a few players out. For today's episode, we are going to rebuild the tactic, the second one, guys. All right. So if I go here to the tactics, we've got this second one. We're going to re-engineer it so it works. This one's not working. We're giving away the ball way too much. So we're going to get back and look at this again a little bit later on, but we'll be sticking with our very attacking gegenpressing style system, and hopefully we'll be able to get a few more points here, because we are only in 4th after 10 games and we need to be in the automatic promotion for me to really have a shout. Let's get to some messages now anyway. Good evening, Tom. Good to see you, Gray. Hope you're doing well, mate. Evening all. Good to see you, Scott. Hope you're doing well. Fox is indeed great. Who would have thought? You predicted it, I believe, mate, actually. So well done to you. Unbelievable scenes. And then we got, he can pass, he can score, having the time of his life. Jordan James, watch him play on Saturday. Name that ABBA song, Tom. I know it, mate, but it's straight over my head tonight. I've had a long day. Watched the Bournemouth versus Wood versus Newport County day, and Sammy Braybrook didn't really show much worth shouting about. Hopefully in this save he will, my friend, because of course he is playing for us. And he is our captain in this side, Mr. Sammy Braybrook, as you can see on screen. So we'll see how he gets on tonight. So yeah, tonight we're going to be focusing, winter October now, we're going to be focusing on these league games, trying to get ourselves up the league as far as possible. We're going to start off against Salford here momentarily. We've also got Colchester and a big away day at Barnet, guys, because Barnet are top of the league, looking like they're going to be worthy adversaries. The FA Cup, we got the first round draw as well. We drew York away. So the board wants us to have a good cup run. It's very important we're competitive in this. So I really got to get us to the third round, right? Dancing Queen. Of course it was. I just couldn't think in the moment, Gray. Honestly, I've been busy. Doing the show yesterday has really taken it out of me, but there we go. Right, let's get going towards this Salford game, guys. If you could hype and like the video, of course, we really appreciate that. Hope you're all having a great Sunday here, and we'll get to this. And in the next episode, I know that's a long way off. It's a week away yet. we're going to be starting to consider transfers, because by the end of this, we'll be getting through towards the end of November, and we'll start looking through the squad at which of the youth players we're going to be keeping, and which ones will be moving on. Bobby Amati has picked up a knock here, which isn't good. We'll go through the full list of injuries now in a minute. And talking people training badly, Anthony Knockaert, we have had questions if he's a bad apple. And I just asked him that I'm criticising his performance, and unbelievable. He said he's tired of me telling him off. So I feel your standards are too low, and I'm going to back off. Unbelievable. Anthony Knockaert might be a bad apple. He is back fit for this first game. Does he get back in the team, though, guys, as well? Unbelievable. We'll have to see. You did marvellous yesterday, mate. Thank you very much. I'm losing my voice, actually, Gray, because I've got a bit of a cold as well. So I sound a little bit more fluidy than usual as well. We got Scott again. Really enjoyed watching these back. You really made this an enjoyable show. Thank you very much, mate. Trying my best, literally. I think the interesting thing is playing with these youth players, right? I think that's what makes it so much fun for us all, just to see who's going to make it and who isn't. Right, let's see what the expectations are for this Salford one. Expectation is a win. Of course, we were unbeaten in the last episode, which is great, but we did draw too many against Newport, Tranmere and Crawley, really. We only won 2 league games and drew 3. And we need to be in this top 3. I'm under massive pressure to get it done, because if I don't, I will be up for the chop, guys, all right? Great, he's Harry Winks. Unbelievable. Good thing he wasn't playing yesterday, mate, wasn't it? It's amazing what a difference that makes when you get these players out of the club. Maybe we'll have the same thing with Anthony Knockaert today, but let's get to the first team selection now. We'll get to the tactics in a game or so, I think. Split the episode up a bit. So we'll go with Grazic, our number 1 goalkeeper, who is excelling and getting better, which is what we want to see. We're developing him into a very good sweeper keeper here. Stevie Bowser is going to be the backup. As you can see, Harry Suter is due back. He is on pretty much a third of the club's entire wages. He's way too good for us, isn't he, guys? So he might be getting sold in January just to give us a lot of money. So we'll see. Also, Bobby Amati's out for 2 days. We still got Michael Golding out for 6 days. So we still got things like that to contend with right now. Everyone else actually is seeming fit, including Knockaert, of course, which was the big one, because he got injured 10 minutes, of course, to remember, in episode 1 into his debut, which was wonderful. Right, let's pick this team now. I'm getting distracted here. Right back, we'll go with Barra, who has been slightly better than Aluko. Well, it's saying that Aluko is getting better the more games I play him, and I'm worried about Barra's fitness. He's not really physically fit enough. His natural fitness is 15, but it's not translating. He's always knackered. We'll start with Barra, and we'll probably go with Aluko later on here, right? So yeah, keep him out. We'll be fine with Marty. Well said, Gray. Definitely well said, mate. I think that's part of it, isn't it? We noticed a massive change yesterday, getting rid of some of these players. It's a very informal show, this, guys. Get things in the chat as well. We'll talk along the way as well, all right? Masonda and Vermouth will go into our back 2 positions. Bobby Amati is someone I'm going to play a lot more. I think he's got the potential to make it, guys. As you can see, of his marking, his tackling, his heading, all still doing really well there. So I think he's got a real strong future in this, as does Mirsad Ali, who's being linked with loans, but he's not available for loan. He's also incredible, and he's getting better on that crossing there. I seem to talk about the same players every episode. Right, Sammy Braybrook is going to be in as our ball-winning midfielder there. Box to box, right. I think we're going to go today, because Michael Golding, excuse me, is out. We could go for Cartwright or Cover. We'll go for Louis Page, because I think he moves the ball quite nicely and is, has got a lot of mobility in that position. Will Alves has been our man so far, guys. As you know, 6 goals in 10 games, attacking mid-centre, basically becoming our new James Maddison. Chris Popov earns the opportunity to stay on the left here. And I think controversially, I might go for Jake Evans on the right. He got a 10 rating in the last game, 2 assists and a goal against Tottenham. He was unbelievable. So it seems fair enough to keep him in the team. And we'll go for Salech, our striker on loan from Cardiff, up top here. When we get to the next episode, like I said, I'm going to look at transfers. There's a few players immediately, like Opoku, who are red flagging for me, because I'm not really getting around to picking them much, right? So I think that's going to be a big part of the decision-making we make when it comes to, basically reworking the squad in January. You've got to use the shopping window correctly, haven't you? So Cartwright can be our backup defender on the bench today. Brandon Cover. Lindsay's still not fit, so he won't get involved. We'll go for Knockaert, Wanya on the bench. There's 2 strong people on the bench. Oh, Monga as well. I'm going to have to play Monga, aren't I? Monga's been exceptional. 6 goals and 4 assists in 10 games. Yeah, I can't not play Monga, actually. Jake Evans can take the 7th spot on the bench. And I think that'll do us pretty well then, guys. So that will set us up for this first fixture tonight. And we got, I think without injuries, you had the same match day score against Bristol City. I think you're right, honestly, Scott. And I think people like Sumare, I think we've seen now. It's obviously not translating from the game, isn't it? You know, or from training into the pitch, you know, for the games, because whenever they turn up, they must be doing something to get picked in the first place, but it just doesn't work right. So hopefully Marty's made the right decision. A lot of other managers have been taken out by a poor group of players, haven't they? Let's get to it. So Salford City today. Hopefully the graphics will be better. I've tried to fix that because we were having some graphical glitches, which is a commonplace problem with Football Manager in general at the moment. We'll encourage the boys and we'll get to this first game tonight, guys. So a lot of academy players here. Going to be interesting to see how we get on against Salford. They're down as 17th at the moment, so I think that's going to make things a little bit easier for us. However, they are playing this formation we do struggle against with 5 at the back. I'm a bit like Marty. I'm trying to play out from the back right and trying to, you know, pass the ball out from the back. Because I think at League 2 level, we've got the passing ability to do it. But I think as we go up the leagues, we will have to change our formation, which is why I'm going to build a backup formation today where we can retain possession and save some legs. This is a high intensity, so it does take it out of us. But anyway, first highlight coming in now on 6 minutes. It's going to be played in here. We're going to wrestle for the ball at the back. Monga links up well with Sonda, Vermouth. Barra's going to come forward down the right-hand side here. I still wonder if Aluko is going to get that position long-term. Alves linking up nicely now. Can he get the cross in? He can. Salic is waiting. He's put it over the top. Close effort from our striker on loan from Cardiff. I still think he's going to be a little bit unaffordable to sign. Braybrook with a corner in, and Salic has scored that one, guys. 1-0. We needed a forward, who could head the ball. Apoku had some opportunities, and he hasn't quite done it for us so far in those positions. So I think it's good to get Salic in, and he's taken to the ground running now. I had to tell him off for a lack of performance, but he's picking it up now. And I'm on the PS5 Pro FM, so it runs smoothly. Yeah, see, that's what they've done with the new FM, isn't it? They've made it for consoles more than they have for the computer, which, you know, they got to get into the market, haven't they, of consoles a bit better to compete with, you know, FC20 and all that. FC26, sorry. FC20 is a football team in Holland, not a computer game, isn't it? They're starting already, guys. Here comes Salford here. Salford, isn't it? Pronouncing things wrong as well. Get in. Thank you very much, Go. It's only 1-0. We need to build from this. Absolutely, Tom. Thanks, mate. Come on, Leicester. Only 1-0. Still encouraging so far that we got the corner into the near post. I mean, we got this problem in real life. We're not very good at getting it past the front post, are we? So I'm intentionally setting up to go for the near post to try and play into the fact that's where we can kick it. Popov with a great ball there, and Monga's won his duel, and it's 2-0. Who would have thought these guys would be good at getting on the end of crosses? I didn't actually build the formation with that in mind. I built it with the idea of we're going to overload this area with players. It's a bit like Enzo ball, isn't it? You can see the defenders are up here. The ball's played in. We're attacking with numbers. There's 4 players inside the penalty area looking for that second ball, and Monga gets it in. Are we dominating midfield? After your advice last time, mate, we are indeed. We're just playing a simple ball-winning midfielder in a box-to-box. I'm going to keep it as simple as that. I have thought about maybe adding a regista and making things a little bit Italian, like Pirlo style. But we'll see. I mean, I think Louis Page could do that, ironically. I think you've got to have the right player to play that sort of change. So we'll see how we get on with that. But it is something we can consider. I think we show everyone that the recent praise is justified. Put on a real show. I think that's right. And I'm going to encourage them some more. Keep going. You have the ability to make the difference. I find positive reinforcement works better with this group because, of course, we've only got 3 players over the age of 21, which is insane, right? Everyone's under 20. So there we go. Alves now picks the ball up down to Salic. Can we link it up nicely? Nice back heel to Barra. Good one-touch football. And Monga there goes close, but Jones got a hand to it. Puts it behind for Salford. Short corner on here. I love these short corners. I wish we did these more in real life. Braybrook down to Alves. He's going to link up again. Can we get the ball in? No, we can't. Butcher with a great block there. No, keep it simple. You're doing good. Thank you very much, mate. Definitely keeping it simple. I mean, I chose the most simplest formation possible because I was just thinking we don't want to overcomplicate things too much here. I know a lot of people have got much more extravagant ones, but I went for a very simple, 4-2-3-1. Much against, I'm not very popular on it in real life, but I always say I'm like the Glasner approach to this. I view it as you've got to play the best team for the players you've got at your disposal, right? And I think a lot of our players are really good at running with the ball, good at passing as well, surprisingly, despite being young. All saying that, here comes Salford through. Grant's going to get the striker when he's hit the post. With 20 minutes to go here, this is what we could do with the second formation, which kind of tightens things up as we just kick it out of play. Right, time for some changes here. So Barrett, once again, his fitness is the worst in the team. Look, you can probably just see behind that. So let's get Aluko one. I think Aluko is in competition for this place, you know. Louis Page is looking complacent in the middle, but I've also got to worry about Will Alves because he gets so many goals. I also think Anthony Knockaert, because he's starting to lose his pace, might be better in the hole. So we're going to get Anthony Knockaert on here. And I think we might go 3 changes on this, actually. Lee Page is looking complacent, which I don't like. So I think we're going to get Brandon Cover on here. Or maybe Henry. No, we'll go Brandon Cover. Henry Cartwright is sort of working out more as a defender, really, in this team so far. And Braybrook can do the box-to-box. Let's do. Also, look at the match ratings after the game. Yeah, I will do, mate. We'll have a look. I won't skip through it as quick. I have been going a bit too quick. I mean, it's that balance, isn't it? I was saying to Chris, because we want to get, you know, as many games as we possibly can through without it being too quick, you know. But obviously, we've got to be appreciated. We want to get to League One, hopefully. Monga goes close there within, like, Christmas time, right, if we can. Otherwise, it will be too long. Ali's coming inside here. Good effort. I like how they come inside and contribute to the forward play. We like to dominate possession, like to dominate with running with the ball, right? 15 minutes to go. Still 2-0 Leicester. Monga again, and Jay Bird gets literally in the way of that to keep that out. And it says there, Salford City look like they cannot deal with us. Braybrook to take another corner here. Salic at the near post over the top. Unfortunately, you couldn't find the back of the net, but there we go. Anyway, still got some changes we can make here. As you can see, Salic is having a good game. He's our top performer so far. He'll be a man of the match. Knockaert plays it across. He's trying to find Aluko at the back post. Now there's a big space here, but Salford don't look like they're going to counter-attack us, guys. Looks like they're going to keep it simple and try and play out from the back. Hopefully we can win the ball high up the pitch here with the press. And here they come inside. Miss Saunders made a horrendous mistake there, and it is 2-1, guys. This is the problem when you try and play out from the back. Oh, dear. Literally played it across the goalkeeper, put him into danger. We'll see this again here. Adudakan coming down this side. And Masonda didn't look, did he? Fatui did that in real life the other week, didn't he? And it's frustrating. But anyway, Salford have brought one back here. I'm going to have to make another change. But oh my word, and here comes Salford again, guys. Are we going to throw this away from a 2-0 lead? Is this the lack of experience? Knockout's got a clear here. He doesn't. And it's going to bounce around and it's off the post. Oh, yeah, right. I think we're going to make some substitutions here just to kind of kill the game down a little bit. It's getting a little bit exciting. It'll be a long throw-in now to Adudakan, and Grazic comes out and claims that well. Cover looks nervous. Put your arm around him, Lowell. I think that might be right. Tom mixed passing against high press will help. Good shout, mate. Oh, and it's over the top. We'll have a look at that with a tactic, mate, as well, definitely. 6 minutes. Going to have a corner here. I want to actually make a change, but the highlights keep coming. Knockaert plays it in as Salic gets his head on it. It comes all the way back to Knockaert. Monga should have taken the strike there. He does that time off the bar and Popov scores. Whew. No need for sweat after this one, guys. 6 minutes of added time to go. We have got the third goal. Great stuff from Popov. He has been superb, actually, to be fair. It's the pressure we keep putting on these boys, look. Monga, yeah, he could have struck it the first time, hit the bar the second, and Popov finds the back of the net. Good stuff, 3-1. Right, let's quickly make a change here now. So let's give Salic a round of applause for Jake Evans. One more change. Let's get Ali off. Oh, no, we can't. I'll get Masonda off for that mistake he made for Henry Cartwright here. And that should finish us off. Phew, good win, 100% Gray, honestly. I was getting nervous when we went to 2-2 because these boys haven't got the experience, you know, to really see games out sometimes. But it looks like we're going to start the episode with a W. Should put us back into the automatic promotion spaces as well, guys. We'll take that. Here's the match ratings quickly, look. So we had 19 shots in that one, 9 on target. The XG we edged, excuse me. I say my voice is going from all the chatting I've been doing the last 2 days. We had more corners there. Passes completed 88%. Yeah, I think we're pretty dominant that one. Monga and Popov again, overperforming his stats on the left-hand side. Obviously, Jake Evans just came on. Barra got a 7-2. So he does play well. And Salic, obviously, the 8.0 up top. We really had problems with the striking position, didn't we, until I got Salic? Because it just looked like Opoku wasn't going to get there. King wasn't going to get there, as neither were others that we were trying. So Braybrook and Ali, again, good performances. Nice work, everyone. That was good. Nice pat on the back. We'll take that. Puts us back up to second. We have got a game in hand because of international call-ups, and that should. We want to try and build a gap to this fourth place, right? 6.8 knockout. I know. Not brilliant. I mean, I think he's an experienced head, but we have debated Gray, haven't we? If he's a little bit disruptive. So we turn our dominance into victory there. That's 8 unbeaten in the league as well now, guys. Our unbeaten run reaches 10 games. Could be on for a club record. I just want to see if we quickly go here to the social groups and hierarchy. So the hierarchy, as you can see, it is Knockout and Suter. They're the highly influential ones, and the influential ones are Marcel, Braybrook, and Misonda. I don't mind breaking this up. I think Suter being sold might not be a bad shout in the future, and there's Knockout, who might be part of the problem. Yes, he could upset everything. I agree, Gray. I think it's something we need to keep an eye on, isn't it? But we'll get to the Colchester game. It's only 3 days away. You might have to rotate a bit for this as well, which is part of the reason I want to add the second formation, but we will wait till after this game to do it, I think. Ali's really progressing well in training. Look at this. Isn't it amazing to see all these arrows going up? He's going to be a championship quality defender. I'm very intrigued with this. Who's going to make it alongside us, if you know what I mean? I think that's going to be the most fascinating part of this. Braybrook, again, is also improving. John Rudkin's telling us how well he's doing. Got some more coaches coming in. John Rudkin's signing behind my back, but I'll let that go. Just walk into the cafeteria and just find them. Very nice. Great win. Do we need more height physicality in the team? Absolutely we do. That's a great bit of advice, Scott. Like I said, in the next episode, we'll have a really good idea of who's not featuring from these lot. I think Opoku, spoiler, is going to be someone we're probably going to try and sell. He doesn't seem to really offer enough. His potential is good. He's only 22, and his finishing is good, as his determination, flair, and all these things. But it doesn't translate well on the pitch, and he's not really getting picked very much. So I think he will be on the chopping block. Great shout, Scott. Yeah, I think we're all in agreement, guys. And get your comments in. I really appreciate the support on this. Like I said, we'll get past the Colchester game, and then before the Barnet one, we'll look at setting up a backup tactic. I want something where I can, control possession and just save some legs a little bit if we're 2-0 up. The one we had before was just giving the ball away, and 2 of those games we drew, I should have won as a consequence. We were 2-0 up, and it was 2-2 because of my formation change. It was on me, bad management. Nigel Pearson, excited by informed Leicester. Oh, I'd love to get Nigel back involved. Just approach to sign him. Can I add him to the shortlist? Yeah, add to staff shortlist. We'll keep an eye on Big Nigel, guys. We might want to get him back involved here. The problem is I have someone behind me who can probably do my job better than me. But if he was available as an assistant manager, would I move Kingy around? It's a good question, isn't it? Right. Expectations for Colchester. Win and win. So no pressure. We've got to keep the wins coming. We win this, we should hopefully start getting this gap after between that 3rd and 4th place, because with it being League 2, you get into a bit of a mosh pit of, placings, don't you? So quick look at the fitness. So Jamal Lindsay is capable of playing with minimal risk, as is Bobby and Marty. Still got Golding and Suter out. Golding's got injury problems, which is a shame because he could have put a marker down by now. So team for today, we're going for Grazic. Obviously, it's a midweek game, so we might have 1 or 2 players here that aren't quite fit, but it does look like they've recovered quite well, as you can see from the heart. So I think we can probably go pretty full strength here. I'm going to go with a Luco, excuse me. I like to mix it up now and again. Vermouth, Musonda. I'll keep Musonda in despite his mistake. I want him to get used to each other because we haven't really got a lot of other options apart from Henry Cartwright at the moment. And, of course, Bobby and Marty as well. Actually, do I want Bobby and Marty back in, guys? Do you know what? We're going to mix it up because I like Bobby and Marty and I want him to do well. And his stats are progressing nicely. So I think we will give him an opportunity today. Ali at left back. Braybrook as the ball winner, Louis Page as the box-to-box. We've rotated these guys around. They can play either, obviously. So, Will Alves in attacking mid-centre. Monga's got to play, hasn't he? And then Popov again, because Popov's getting the assists and the goals. I mean, he's not that great on his stats, is he? But his physicals are good and his mentals are good. But he outperforms his stats all the time. So he's kind of keeping Marcel out of the team, who is very concerned about this. But once again, he's on 10,000 a week at this level. I just think that maybe we'll be selling him in January. We'll have to wait and see. Right, Salic up top. He's got 4 goals in 7. We can't be changing that one. So defensive-wise, Misonda, Cartwright. I think Brandon Cover might be on the chopping block as well, guys. He's not really improving. And he, like Gray said in the last game, a bit rabbit in the headlights, wasn't he? Knockout, Marcel, and we'll go for Jake Evans. Oh, Logan Briggs played well, but I kind of need another striking option. We'll get Josh King on there as the backup striker, right? So let's get to this now, guys. Go to the match. Colchester away, or at home, sorry. They've obviously got Matt Macy, Ryan Alabasu, who's having a great season for Blackburn in real life, isn't he? He's still at this a lot on this game. Gape and Vela, they've got a very good team for this level. I'm going to say down the bottom here, I think we need to show everyone that the recent praise is justified. Put out a show, and I'm going to give them some faith like George Michael would. And we'll get to the match, guys. Bobby and Marty backing, probably the big change. I really want to try and make him a project, so I think he could be a championship defender here. So, forgot to mention Christian Fuchs is the manager at Newport County, so we might see a few of our county prospects being loaned to him if we can keep them up. 100%. I mean, obviously, Braybrook's there until January. We then got to decide, is he going to stay there, or if the club wants to bring him back or wants to send him somewhere else. So, yeah, so that's going to be interesting for Braybrook. I mean, he's a guy I'm building my team around of this because he's that good, right? So hopefully there's something there. For morale, quite good. Watch him. He's not content. Yeah, 100%, mate. Could very much happen because he could be getting a bit carried away. We'll see on that one. Right, we're underway here with the first highlight. Aluko's going to pick it up now down the right-hand side. Monga's won it back off his man here. And here comes Will Alves. He's got a strike on him from distance. Sammy Braybrook. No panic here. Aluko doing well as well with a nice cross towards the back post, and Salic gets there. Definitely the physicality of Salic has made a difference, hasn't it, guys? They're trying to play out from the back now as well. Vincent Young can pick it up here. I want this unbeaten run to go on for a long time. I'm not quite ready for it to end yet. Gordon's come inside, though. Luckily, it was a poor strike, wasn't it? Grazak there, managing to cover it off nicely. But he got past Vermouth very easily, didn't he? I think centre-back is a position we're going to have to look at in January. And I'll probably want to go for some young academy prospects from elsewhere we can bring in. With our new head of youth recruitment, I'm going to be excited for who we're going to get at the end of this season as well. Monga with a strike on target, and Macy gets it well there. Everything goes through Monga, doesn't it, guys? Everything goes through him. Page linking up well here with Marty, down to Vermouth. Trying to find that pass forward. He finds a Luco. Good stuff from Leicester now. Luco providing the width. They cut inside, and there is Salic, guys. 5th goal of the season. It's 5 up for Salic already. Aluko's assist. I think Aluko is in prime position here to take this right-back position, you know. And I think if Barra, the way he's going, isn't going to be fit enough for my liking, has too many injury problems, he might try and sell him. Monga engine room, 100%. Gray, you've literally seen it. I mean, we're telling all the players to run with the ball because they've got pace and, you know, they've got trickery. So we're trying to utilize that part for them to cover the yards, right? So far, so good. Gordon here on the right-hand side, though. Sorry, the left-hand side for Colchester, as they're going to have a chance. We're trying to win this battle in the middle, but Vela's going to come away with it. Alabusu, I can never say his name right. Anderson tries to get it in, and it's going to deflect back to Ali here. Grazak trying to play out. Sometimes we do overplay at the back. It's not good. We saw in the last game with Musonda when he passed one too close to the goalkeeper. What happens with that? Here comes Will Alves, though. Crosses it, and Salic gets his second. I think we might have signed the top goal scorer in the league, guys. That's 2 goals in 20 minutes today. And I remember, like, his first 3 games, he got off to a poor start, kind of like Carranza in real life. Difference is I worked with him, shouted at him a little bit and told him, you either make it in this game or you're not going to make it, son. And now he's finding the back of the net. 2-0 Leicester. Come on. Great stuff indeed, especially as in episode 2, I nearly lost the entire dressing room, Gray, as you probably remember. Braybrook's got a knock here, guys. Potential thigh injury. Oh, I'll see if we can get through the half time here. And then we'll make the change. His ratings are 6.7 anyway. He's not having the greatest of games. We don't mind if this flies past the half time now, but we are going to get another highlight. And Colchester are going to come forward now. Vela with the ball, playing it up to Edwards, who comes inside a lot of space. We do commit the fullbacks, and Grazik's made a great save there to tip it over the crossbar. Corner, though, to keep the pressure on for the away team. The King Power is not used to seeing teams like Colchester. It's been many years. In towards the near post, and Vermouth does well. And Monga's going to have a counter-attack on here. We lose the highlight, though, which means nothing came of it. Grazik again comes and gathers the ball well. I'm really happy with the goalkeeper, guys. I think picking up Grazik, an ex-Arsenal Academy player on a free transfer, never played a professional game in his life, always played in the under-21s and under-18s, but he's got all the raw attributes to become a top championship goalkeeper. And I think getting that nailed early at the start of the League Two portion of this adventure is very helpful to the progress long term. Aluko plays another cross in and Popov gets on the end of that. Aluko's crosses are very good, aren't they? He's always getting them in the danger zone. Great finish, Vardy like 100%. And yeah, good keeper. Yeah, I think so, mate. I think we lucked out getting him, Gray. I think he was a good signing because he's only like 19 as well. And he's just getting better, right? Dominant on that one. 11 shots, 7 on target, 2 and 2 for the opposition. I'm going to say I don't like what I've seen from this team. I know it sounds controversial. I want to see what else we can get out of them. I want to see if there's a reaction from that. Oh, I didn't take Braybrook off, did I? Right, let's make a couple of changes then. So Braybrook can come off. I've only really got Cartwright because I dropped cover after the last game. But Cartwright can play in that position as well. He's complacent, which is a bit of a worry, but we'll see how that goes. Do I make one more change? Maybe Popov today? Yeah, let's get Marcel on for a run out because he doesn't normally get much of a go nowadays. In theory, he's our most talented player, probably, you know, when it comes to forward play as well. But it's not translating. Not translating at all, and which is why he's not in the team very much. Throw into Colchester now. Reed picks it up. Is this going to be like the last game? Oh, no, Alves has picked up the counter here. That was like what Skip did at the weekend, which shocked me. Here comes Salech. He's on his hat-trick, don't forget. Any penalty, he'll have to take it. He finds Monga. Monga's gone down, and I think I talked that one into existence. Reed's gone in on him. It's going to be a penalty. Is it going to be Salech taking it? No, it's Marcel. He's overruled him, and Marcel scores. Imagine if he missed. Similar to when Mahrez gave Vardy the penalty. Remember that? In the back of the net, though, we'll take it. Marcel's already skied a penalty over the crossbar issue. I thought I'd removed him from the takers, but I know I set them all up now, so I'm guessing he is probably the best man on the pitch for the job. And he did put it in the back of the net. 3-0 against Colchester. And I think we're getting into a nice rhythm now with this team, guys. A nice rhythm. Ali coming down the left here. Might be time for another change in a minute. Great cross again. Macy, though, read that really well in the goal and comes out and collects it. 25 minutes to go in this one. It is still 3-0, which is brilliant. Kick out towards Gordon. Vermoot's trying to shield him away. Tovide goes up to Reed here. There's still goals in this Colchester team. Gape from distance can hit one, and Edwards has scored. I think he was offside, though, from the movement. I'm not sure what you guys think. It's been disallowed. There we go. My eyesight wasn't as bad as we thought. Disallowed. Leicester still 3-0 up here. Right, 75 minutes. Let's make a couple more changes here. We'll get Ali off, perhaps. Oh, I haven't got any backup left backs. I've left myself short on the bench today. And Aluko's looking a little bit ropey. Right, we'll get Monga off because Monga's looking a little bit tired. We get Jake Evans on the right where he's played so well so far this season. Will Alves can come off and knockout again. Right, we'll go with that. And I think we still got one more change on if we need. Really good stuff, Tom. Thank you very much, Gray. Really appreciate your support on this, bud. It's interesting, isn't it? I just like the angle of the youth players. I think that's the cool thing about this. And the nice thing is I can see definitely at least a handful of them, maybe like 6 of them sticking with us up to the championship and maybe beyond, you know. I really think Bobby and Marty will be one of those guys. Jake Evans was superb against Tottenham, wasn't he, where he got the 10 rating and scored a wonder goal at the end to finish off a great performance. Bishop now with a strike. Great save from Grazak. Had to be alert there, didn't he? And a great tip around the post. That's what you want from your goalkeeper. You want him to be quiet. And when he's literally quiet and then he has to wake up like that and still make the big save, that's what you want. More corners to Colchester here. I do think sometimes we get a little bit casual towards the end of a game, which is why I want to do this formation shift after this one. Not change the actual starting formation. We'll stick with this Gegan pressing system, but I want to have like a controlled possession where we're just going to retain possession. Oh, my word. Tovide, and it's 3-1. It's the way forward youth. It is, and I think with the academy in real life and this, you know, in Seagrave, I think it's the avenue the club's going to have to take. So it's a great experiment to see what that can do, isn't it? Oh, it's a back heel as well from Tovide there. Very casual, just backheeled it past the goalkeeper. Players on him. Right, let's shout at them to focus here and not lose it. I want them to concentrate harder. With 10 minutes to go, if there's another goal here, the inexperience of this team will be straight back on the forefront. I don't think we've won 2 games in a row for a little while now. It's normally gone win, draw, win, draw, win, draw. Knockout there does really well, though, to intercept. Salech is going to find Knockout. He comes down. Page finds Marcel. 4. Was he onside, though? They think Anthony Knockout is faking an injury to waste time. The game's realistic, right? The game's realistic. But Knockout did well there, just literally shrugged his man off. Probably was a foul looking at it, but it's Knockout. He gets away with these things. Goes down there. That's when he's holding his leg. Marcel puts it in. That's him and Salic now, both on a hat-trick in this one. Aluko right back has been solid. 100%, mate. He's overperforming his stats. Definitely. Definitely. 4-1 hit. I think we're going to get through this. I'm not going to bother any more changes now because I've got two guys on a hat-trick and it seems fair to give them an opportunity to try and get it today. But no one's going home with the match ball apart from the team themselves, guys. 4-1. Quick look at the player ratings here before we move on. 15 shots, 9 on target for us. They had 9 and 8 on target. Good test for our goalkeeper, who we're quite happy with, right? Salic with the 2 goals, both goals inside the first 20 minutes, 8.4 rating. Marcel coming off the bench with a 7.8. He's probably better served as a super sub, isn't he? But he's a very expensive super sub because our wage budget's like, I think, 70k a week in total. He's 10k of it, as is Suter, 10k of it or 15k of it, right? So that's a lot of money for those players. But it doesn't mean we've got so many youngsters as a result. Alves with a 7.7 today as well, guys. Monga with a 7.2. I mean, Page, Alves and Monga are always doing it, aren't they? And Aluko, that has been mentioned here, once again, solid. Yeah, 7.9, great stuff today. And we got Scott there. It'd be interesting if a club actually took an approach to have an average age of 20 for the squad itself, with potentially 1 or 2 experienced players in the squad. It's funny you say that. I'm thinking there are some clubs in Europe that do have a very similar model. I'm not saying it, and you're right. I don't think it's like a set rule for anyone. But I'd look at Borussia Dortmund and say they're a team that probably does a lot of that, don't they? And Gray's right there. It's a big gamble, Scott, but why not? Yeah, I think Dortmund do kind of do that. They kind of go for the younger players, put 1 or 2 bigger players around them. Oh, the graphical glitch went then, didn't it? I thought I'd fix that. Hopefully it won't crop up again. Sammy Braybrook's out for 3 days, guys. And, of course, you guys want us to sign Salic permanently. The problem with that is I think he's going to cost us a fortune. He's worth 850k to 1.8 million. If I can get him for £1 million, I would do it. But I mean, his finishing heading and his first touch, I like his first touch being like that. It means he's helpful beyond just being, you know, the guy receiving the ball at the end. He can also lay it off. So I think that's helpful. Right, Barnet away next in 3 days. So hopefully we're going to have some fit players for this, because that is going to be the big game, because they're top of the league, guys. And they've got a gap as well. If we win the game in hand, that puts us on 30 points, right? If I quickly go to the league table fully here. Yeah. And then obviously, if we win the game in hand, then we'll go ahead of Barnet. We'll go top of the league. So this Barnet game is huge, you know. Yeah, it's a big gamble. So, wages as well. Yeah, exactly. All the wages are really in 2 players, mate. I'll quickly show you. Look, I mean, this is the great thing about having, you know, so many youth players. Because of course, they all want Monga's on 50 quid a week till he gets his professional deal, which is insane. He won't be on that in real life, obviously. But this game was a year setback. And obviously, these guys have got professional deals we're going to have to sort soon, like Jake Evans and Aluko. But if you go back up here, look, I mean, like Briggs is on 300. We got Ali on 500, Bobby and Marty 500. You know, Louis Page 600 on his pro deal. I mean, that's going to change when they get more interest, right? So I'm intentionally underspending quite a bit at the moment. I mean, the main money's Knockout 7.5, Marcel 10, Sousa 10, and Braybrook on £4,000, which seems reasonable, right? So, yeah, interesting stuff. But, right, let's quickly get to our tactics now, guys, and have a look at this secondary idea. So, I'm going to quickly check our club atmosphere is still good. As our managerial support and average team cohesion, which is good. How much would Salic want? That's a very good question. I think at the moment he's on a youth contract as well there, Gray. He's currently on 3,800 a week. I mean, I guess that means we could get him, but he's probably going to want 500, isn't he? Let's ask our agent about his availability. So we're interested. We're keen on signing Yusuf Salic, because if I can get it done in January and I've got the money, say I sell Suter, I probably will just make the deal permanent. I think this guy can play championship football, right? So he wants to be one of the most noteworthy players at the club, which we expect. We want a wage of 4.2 to 5.5 a week, and want us to make the Sky League better League One playoffs next year. I'm going to say, there's no easy way to put this, his demands in terms of wages are far too high for the structure of this club. You and I both know that. Let's try and get it down a bit. Okay, so he'll take the 3.8 he's on at the moment. We can probably negotiate. So I'm going to stall on that now. just to try and play hardball, right? Because I think that's the best way of doing it. We'll quickly skip forward a bit, and then we'll get to this tactics idea, because I want to set up a possessional one. We got Monga's wages are still considering the league are in, or am I out of my depth on this? No, they are still, mate. They are still. The thing is, of course, in real life, he was on similar wages to that because that was his youth contract. I think it's more. I think in real life, a youth deal was like 110 quid a week now as a set thing. But of course, when he signs a pro deal when he turns 18, he's going to be on 1,500, which is still a steal, really. In real life, it's blatantly going to be a lot more than that. But when this game was set up, it was set up before Monga had his sort of burst, really, if you know what I mean. So, anyway, guys, if you're in tonight, don't forget to hype and like. Feel free to join in with the chat as well. So we keep it nice and relaxed here, you know. So it's a nice hangout spot for us at the end of a hard week. And hopefully we can bring some joy with this Leicester Academy team. Right, so let's get to this. I'm just going to delete this secondary formation because it was much shorter passing, but we kept getting ourselves in trouble. So I'm going to clear the slot and we're going to start again. We're happy with the main formation. Let's create a new tactic. And the reason I'm doing this is the fitness side of it, because I'm really worried about Will Alves, obviously, and I'm really worried about others who are quite high up for getting injuries. They've got a quite high injury turnover, and it can be long injuries with these boys as well. So I think we want to control possession as a backup formation and just try and play a bit less high tempo, if you know what I mean. So we could even keep the same shape. I wonder if should we go for a 5-2-3? Because I wonder if this is something we might want to shift to if we were getting towards Championship Premier League anyway, because we're not going to have the world-class players to compete. So we're going to have to do something tactically a bit different. So I think we'll start with this as a base. The intensity is still quite high, though, as we can see here. I want to reduce that intensity. So let's have a quick look in possession. We're going to play out from defence. I'm going to have a lot more time wasting, guys, frequently. Tempo is going to come down. And passing shorter. I think that's fair enough. I don't want to run at defence on this one. I want to keep the legs clear. I think working the board box, even though it sounds crazy, is okay, because it means we're just going to try and pass it between each other. So that's okay. The intensity's still not come down a lot here, has it? I'm not going to counter press. We're just going to try and sit back and we'll just distribute it in slow pace down here. Roll it out from the back. Out of possession, high defensive line. I think we can go standard and a low block. We'll try and basically shut teams out, I think. That'd be the best way. I'm not going to worry about this too much. Standard press as well. And a cautious outlook. Right, this might backfire again because we're setting up to be very negative, right? But I think we'll give that a base run. The intensity is less. It's still not a lot less, is it? It's only about a quarter less, but I think we'll give that a go as a backup. And if we get the opportunity where we're miles ahead in the game, 2 or 3-0, we'll give that a go and see if we can develop something where we can just completely kill a game. It might seem a bit crazy. Interesting enough, Anthony Knockout, once again, is the worst at training. And last time I told him off what happened, he got in a strop. So I'm not going to tell him off. But I think, guys, the one thing we can definitely take from this episode is the 3 highest earners at this football club might be the first 3 on the transfer list in January. We will see. Harvey Barnes is now 5 appearances away from making 15 appearances as well, which means Newcastle have to pay us 400k, which is good news. We have still got some sale on clauses here. If I quickly go to the right page, yeah, you can see we've got Kean Pennett's sell on clause, Harvey Barnes' appearance money. So we've probably got £1 million coming in here as well as we get to this Barnet game. Right, so let's see what we can do today. It's going to be Grazic in goal, guys. I think it's got to be a Luco again, although once again, his fitness is a worry, but he's better playing there. So I'm going to get Luco in, Vermouth alongside a Marty. Masondo with that back pass has really put himself in a difficult position for me. Not to judge him by one back pass, but there we go. Ali's going to be here and coming at left back. Right, we've got a problem in midfield because we've got Sammy Braybrook short of fitness, as is Michael Golding, with 45 minutes worth of action. I think that means Louis Page is going to have to be our ball-winning midfielder today, but he can do that. He's got great tackling and passing look. So that's fine. As a box-to-box role, that kind of leaves us a bit limited. It might have to be Cartwright, who can play a box-to-box role okay here. Or maybe Golding for 45 minutes. Do you know what? I'll give Golding 45 minutes today, and I'll get him off at half-time, depending. And then up top, we'll go with the usual sort of mix of Monga, Alves, and Popov. And Salech. I think those 3 pick themselves at the moment, don't they? Or say Marcel did really well last game, didn't they? And he's concerned. Right, we'll give Marcel a go. Let's see. I mean, he generally, when he starts a game, he's terrible. So we'll see how that pans out for us. It might not be good at all, but we'll give it an opportunity here. I'll get Jamal Lindsay on the bench today because I don't think he's had many opportunities. Silko's not unhappy not being on the bench, so that means I'll leave him out for this one. And I think Popov and Evans, yeah, I think that'll do us for this one, guys. Right, let's get to this. This is the top of the table clash. Barnet, who has shocked everyone, coming up from the National League to top of the league. And they got Joe Hugel up front. And Adeniran's a good midfielder as well at this level. Right, I think we'd show everyone that the recent praise is justified. Put on a real show out there, and I'm going to pump my fists at them. And the central defence didn't listen to me at all. I need a strong defence today. Come on, guys. I want to dominate the midfield as well. Put a bit of pressure on them here, guys, as we head to the Beehive. What a name for a football stadium, right? Barnet away. Could be the two teams that get promoted this year. It's quite ridiculous. I'm paying knockout $7.5 a week to stick on the bench, isn't it? But there we go. But there's already a gap forming up here to Walsall, which is good for us, right? We'll definitely take that. As the game is underway now, right? We'll switch to the away stats. Keep an eye on that. And we'll see how everyone does on this one. Tony Cottee managed Barnet. I never knew that. Interesting, mate. I've got a period of history there. I don't quite remember who managed who. That was around the time of Peter Taylor because I was trying to shut the world out. The world seemed to be falling away from Leicester at that time, didn't it? Here come Barnet now down the flank. Hugo's going to get on the end of it, and it is his 9th goal of the season. Oh, hello. Looks like we have got a rival to win this league this year, and it's Barnet of all teams. And he is dangerous, Hugo, for this level, right? I think he's an ex-Man United Academy player. A lot of raw potential. Did very well there winning the battle against Amati. Marty probably should have done better there. And it has gone into the back of the net. Right, game on. And the formation they play as well is going to be interesting because they play with the 5 at the back. So trying to get through this lot is going to be a bit more of a challenge, right? Anyway, we get a highlight now in 18 minutes. Leicester are going to pick the ball up here and try and play it through. We're quite wide in our shape intentionally because I think our passing is good enough to be able to get around teams. Here comes Ali now down the left. Links up with Marcel in towards the back post, and Monga's there. How many times did Jeremy Monga pop up at the back post there and just run in and judge it and get his head on the end of it? 1-1, game on. Come on. Mark Hugo closely. Yeah, I could actually put an individual comment for that. You're right. I could go in and do it. We'll leave it be at the moment, mate, and we'll see how it goes. But I definitely agree with you. We've got to keep an eye on him. Going to be another highlight straight away. Will Barnet immediately pen us back? Is going to be High and Adaran in the midfield there. Salic trying to push them back. Galvin on the overlap. He got the cross in for the first goal for them. Back to High, up into the penalty area now. Hugo's there again. Oh, my word, and you're right. And there we go. We've got MA 4500. Do you do any EA FIFA Career Mode 2 Realistic Rebuild Series? I don't play, actually, EAFC. I really should maybe get into it again, mate. I've not played it for a couple of years, actually. I've been a Football Manager player for a long time. I do have a Football Manager channel at 303 FM it is, where I do some live streams now and again as well. Great ball across there. Salic, we turned this game around, guys. 2-1, 7th of the season. Yeah, so in answer to your question, I do other things, mate. I'm mostly here at the moment, just doing this on the Leicester channel, Leicester Till I Die. But, yeah, I will put my contact stuff up in the description going forward as well. Hugo's peeling off the defence. He is indeed, mate. I think you're right. At half-time, I will see if we can go in and have a word with him. But we've gone 2-1 up, look. I think it's Bobby and Marty who's finding it difficult. As you can see here, we've got the 76% completion of the passing as well. Not having a great game on a 6.6. Might be the game to get Musonda in there for the experience, right? And I've got to think about Golding here, who's got the legs to do 45 minutes. Although I might injure him if I play him any longer. Brunt wins the ball there for Barnet. A bit quicker. Vermout's done really well to read that game, though. Read that pass. Salic to Aluko. Can we break quickly? It's the Leicester Academy players. Okay, no problems. Thanks. No worries. Thank you for being here, mate. Much appreciated. Yeah, I will. I'll try and update my contact details because I do like playing Football Manager. It's good fun. It's good just to sit here and just watch and just chat about football as well. Salic tries to get on the end of that. Watch my channel. I have FXFC 26 legendary difficulty. There you go. give Gray a follow there, mate, because he is also a very talented Football Manager player. He's been telling me all sorts of good advice, and rightly so. Also, Beddy's trying to play in now, and Marty's read that one well. The good thing about not time marking him is if we can read the passes, we're going to get them every time, but we didn't read that one well. And here comes Smith. Oh, and Grasek does well to tip it over the crossbar. Unbelievable save there from the goalkeeper. We'll check it out. Nice. Always nice to find more cool things to watch. I love watching Football Manager content in particular. I think it's really exciting. Barnet are keeping us back hemmed in here, and it's interesting to know what a tight game this has been so far. I think I'm definitely gambling, keeping Hugo on a bit of a rope here. Marcel's going to try and pick it up. If we can get the third goal before half-time, I'll be delighted. Salic has done so well there, but Slicker gets his foot out and kicks it past the post. It's going to be a corner now with 2 minutes of the added time to go. There's going to be Alves towards the back, Salic over the top. It looks like he's going to score most games for us, doesn't it? And great. I don't stream, but upload goals, etc. He uploads goals like worldy goals and that, which is really cool. I get that. 13 shots, 8 on target, 4 for Barnet, 3 on target. However, Joe Hugo has been a pain. You're right. I think we need to not allow complacency to come in. It will make some players anxious, but keep going. Keep going. Right, and let's see if I can. I mean, Bobby and Marty I might bring off. I mean, Golding's going to have to come off, so let's make that change now and not get this too complicated. And let's get Cartwright on to play the box-to-box role today, which he can play. And we'll make a decision after that what we do next. Second half underway. Can we get 3 points here? If we do, things will be looking very positive for us. Ali's once again in the book at left-back position. Right, we've got half an hour to go. Let's make some changes again here. Try and get a couple more off. We'll get Lindsay on. He's apprehensive. Try and keep them out, Tom. Maybe we should try the other formation. I got a horrible thing it might bite me in the bum, but should we try it for a laugh? Why not? I mean, we've got a long way to go. Why not try it for a laugh? We'll switch to this other formation, just see what it's about. Louis Page can be the roaming playmaker. We're better at that. We've got Lindsay and Aluko. Will Alves can come off as well then, which makes sense for Masonda, right? Right, we're going to do it. This is going to bite us big time. Last time I tried this, guys, and set up a backup formation where we tried to hold the ball. Basically, we drew 2 games. We were 2-0 up. And all on me, all on the manager, right? The manager makes those decisions sometimes. Where are their strengths? That's a good point. That's what we got to think about, isn't it? I mean, for Barnet, it's going to be all on Hugel, isn't it? Looks like this is working, though, just killing the game, guys, because we're not getting any highlights here, which is what we want when you do this. Right, Aluko's going to get the throw-in now. If we can go 3-1 up with that tactical change, that's exciting. Monga plays it back to Amati. There isn't an urgency here, you know, to really try and score a goal, though. So if we do give the ball up, that can be problematic. Salic is in, and he's put it over the top. Personally, wait for you to go 3-1 up, then make a defensive change. I actually agree, mate. I'm only doing it actually for the laugh, to be honest, because I think it'd be quite funny. And here comes Unlove saying that, oh dear, what have I done? Unlove puts one wide. Oh, that could have been embarrassing. Yeah, so normally I would, but because it's just a fun thing, I'm just like, let's just give it a go and see what happens. 86 minutes here. Looks like that formation's pretty tidy, you know. It seems to shut things down nicely. We seem to have a lot of coverage on the pitch back here, don't we? And we can still push them up. And if you look, we actually probably had more of the game with the backup formation, ironically. Sometimes it's not about playing quick, is it? But anyway, Vermouth here is going to play it back to Masonda. We've got 3 minutes. Oh, Masonda's made a poor pass for the second game running. Here comes Carnu, and Grasak's put it over. It's working, but we've only got that 1 goal gap, which Scott has rightly said, Gray. And that is the problem, isn't it? But it looks like we're going to get away with it. Aluko's looking like he's about to collapse on the pitch as well. But we hold on for the full-time win over Barnet. And I think that was a successful experiment of the second formation. Not that I'm going to be doing it with a 1 goal advantage anymore. I'm going to be doing it with 2, definitely. Nice work, everyone. Little pat on the back there. That was great. I'll go look at the team rating in a minute. That means now, if we win our game in hand, we will go top of the league, guys, by a point. And we got a 4-point gap to Chesterfield. Yes, indeed, Gray. Yes, indeed. A 4-point gap to Chesterfield. We'll take that. Keep building that gap. That is what we want to do. So that is now 10 unbeaten. Unbelievable in League 2. So ever since we lost to Bristol Rovers in the second game, You know, that's the only loss of the season so far, that Bristol Rovers one. We've won 9 of 13 now. And if you think, guys, as well, it was looking a little bit shaky on the schedule, wasn't it, with these draws against Newport and Tranmere, which was due to the tactical change as well, right? But now, after that, we've got Salford, Colchester and Barnet all sewed up. We'll get to the Cheltenham game. I'm a bit worried about time because me and Chris have been saying we don't want to keep these going for an hour and a half, really. We want to keep them about an hour. We'll put this game down to Marty tactics. 100%, mate, 100%. Hey, there's got to be a reason Marty does it. I know there's sometimes we go, what is he doing? You know, especially when teams we felt had worked us out. But I think it was interesting because at the weekend, like, Derby didn't seem as prepared for us as they should have been, for my money. And we just completely steamrolled them in the first half, didn't we? It was unbelievable. But anyway, keep going now. Get to this Cheltenham game. Cheltenham are down in 15th, which is quite a shock because they're probably one of the stronger teams in this league as well. But let's see. Fitness-wise, we've got Sammy Braybrook, who's going to be back today. Lindsay's going to be back. Fitness test for Bobby and Marty. Michael Golding's passed his fitness test. And there's only really Harry Souter now. He's the last guy on the Harold Shipman. I'm joking. We've been saying that recently. I shouldn't say it because it's going to come up as a link on the medical team. God, Chris is going to tell me off for that. Anyway, let's pick the team. Grazak's going to be in goal today. I might give Barrow a run out because Aluko's, once again, his fitness is okay. But if we look here, he's above average injury susceptibility. I just need to improve on that fitness, really. Vermouth. I think today we go for Musonda back in. I think that's the best idea. And then we'll go today. Of course, Ali suspended because of all these yellow cards. That was going to happen, wasn't it? He's got 6 assists from left back, guys. Unbelievable. Right, we'll go for Lindsay then getting in today. I mean, he's decent enough. Saying that he's declining, but I think he's decent enough to go in there. And if he's not, we'll soon work it out. Dr. Crippen. Yeah, I should probably name it someone else. Chris started that joke, so it's on him, mate. Honestly, if he wants to make jokes like that, then it's his channel, ultimately. We'll go with Braybrook straight back in today alongside Louis Page. And I think on the right-hand side, got to be Monga, hasn't it? I mean, Monga is smashing this. Is he improving? Yeah, he's getting better, guys. Jeremy Monga is becoming a beast in front of our very eyes. I feel like an evil doctor, like Dr. Frankenstein. You know, I've created a monster, and he is called Jeremy Monga. Right, Marcel on the left, I think that's right. And I think up top it's got to be Salic again. I feel like a little bit dirty not playing Jake Evans as much as I want because he had that real great game against Tottenham's under-21s, didn't he? But it's not quite worked out since then. We'll go Cartwright. I'm going to go Aluko on the bench, even though he's not fully fit. Golding's going to go on the bench. He's not fully fit. 45 minutes again. His fitness is a big worry for us. Knockout, I think Popov, and I think Jake Evans again, right? I feel dirty as well not playing Logan Briggs because Logan Briggs did incredibly well in that attacking mid position as well. I mean, the good news is we've got an FA Cup game in a minute. So I think the FA Cup game, bear in mind, it's against York who are in the conference. We can gamble on that rotation. I need to get through, but I think we've got enough depth in the team to be able to do it. So if you carry your performance from the last time against Barnet, guys, you will do well. I have faith in all of you to make a difference. Give them that little bit of love, and let's get out there at Cheltenham. Not too far up the road for me. And they've got a pretty heavy quality League Two team here. Jordan James reminds me of a young Frank Lampard. Do you know what? That's a very good way of looking at it. The thing I like about Jordan James, he keeps his head up a lot of the time, doesn't he? And I think a lot of players don't do that. They look down, they look at the ball. But he's looking all around the pitch and he's finding that space and he runs into the space as well. I mean, he covers so many yards, but there's a lot of Leicester players that do that, but he's so much more effective at making that, impactful on the game as well, if you know what I mean. Like, if he's in the space, he's going to be found and he's going to find... I mean, he was involved in every goal against Derby, wasn't he, pretty much, in some way, which is just incredible. I mean, who'd have thought, like, that little bit of leadership we need as well has come from, Jordan James. Yes, his movements are really good. I think his natural leadership ability has been wonderful as well, Gray. I think we've really needed that. And the fact it's been him who's, come out on Instagram and said stuff as well, which I debated, is that a wise move? But when they go and win like that, you think, well done. Marcel, 6th goal of the season, 1-0. We're getting in a routine now, guys. We're getting in a routine. If we can get this 2 or 3 up, we can test drive the second formation again as well. Assist from Barrett. Nice to see the fullbacks pushing up as we wanted to create the width. Isn't it nice? I mean, the thing is, I'm playing a Marty-style formation, but I'm not doing inverted fullbacks that are overlapping. I think there's a bit more purity in that, isn't there? A bit more fun in the game doing that, really. I think the new way of inverting inside is all well and good, but you end up probably with too many players in the centre and not enough width, you know? In a purple patch, the young ones, yeah, they are indeed, mate. I think a lot of it is just, you know, keeping their morale up, because as we can see, like, Marcel's having a good game. Monga again's over the 7 rating. Going to be a throwing now before half time. Can we go 2-0 up? Monga again, 9th goal of the season. How many goals is Jeremy Monga going to score in League 2? This is unbelievable, guys. It's 2-0. Unbelievable scenes. Lindsay down to Marcel, a nice link up and a good ball in. And Monga just gets ahead of his man. To think he's battling against more physical players, but his pace is just getting the better of them. And we'll take that at half-time, won't we? Vermout's just gone in the book. But it is 2-0. I'm going to say, I think we need to show everyone that the recent praise is justified. And we'll take it to 60 minutes here. And if it's still 2 or 3-0, I think we'll change to the backup formation. Why not? Try and save some legs a little bit. Every little helps, as they say. Jordan James is like that, you say, of a Lampard, Gerrard, Scholes type of midfielder. Knows how to create goals, always looking up and leads by example. 100%. Yeah, well said, Scott. That's exactly it. And I think it's interesting because I've had a lot of disparaging things to say about the players we've brought in the last years. I don't think we've gone for the right characters. Got to give credit where it's due, though. From a character perspective, he's exactly the sort of player we needed at the football club. Monga's in. Oh, Jeremy Monga with his 10th goal of the season, guys. What a finish. Gray was just saying it for the last one. I think it carries on to this second one. He's on for his first hat-trick of the season here. Unbelievable scenes. And Monga, he's got everything, hasn't he? Takes a touch, goes around the hard side of the man there, across the goalkeeper. Just such a rocket of a strike. And it is 3-0. Right, let's get the backup formation out, guys. I love it when a plan comes together. Right. Vermout can come off for the yellow card. Oh, saying that, I'm going to have to go over Luco there. I'm going to take Will Alves off, aren't I? Notice how I'm wrapping Will Alves up in cotton wool every episode, guys. It's literally the way to do it. And Louis Page as well is looking a little bit under the weather. So I'll get Anthony Knockout in as the roaming playmaker. Why not? That'll be interesting. Wonderful young player. Couldn't agree anymore, honestly. Think he might do all right at this football thing, you know. Might have a successful future. Corner now to Cheltenham, and a ball went back. We're not very good at defending corners. You notice that. Kelly scores, and they're back in this. The formation change has happened as well. Is this on me? I mean, really, this has nothing to do with the formation. It's just poor defending. Who was that there? I think that's number 4, who is Musonda. I think Musonda's probably got a shelf life of League 2 only, hasn't he, guys? I'm not sure we're going to get much out of him beyond that. I think after that, we might consider upgrading. I think definitely centre-back is something we're going to have to look at in January. And having a bit of money in the bank as well, and these sell-on clauses for Harvey Barnes is going to be helpful. Standing and watching, yeah, exactly. And he's also made 2 or 3 horrendous back passes recently. I'm not sure he's quite got the level of quality I need, you know, to really make this position his own. Monga, they're trying to leave it for the fullback, but he wasn't as committed. And now here comes Cheltenham again. Kinsella plays it back. Luckily, we've got a wall of bodies here. Look, and every time they try and play it forward, we're going to deal with those, hopefully. It's these second balls we need to get better at. Broom gets it on target, but Grazak will make the save. Why do we not see Monga get game time on the right wing? Obviously, I realised Fatou is a starter. Maybe worth using Monga as a utility winner for Mavrodidi and Fatoui. I think that's a great shout. And I'll tell you what, Scott, the interesting thing about him is I think he's naturally better on the right, ironically. I think it happens the space opened up on the left this season for him to go into because of Mavrodidi's injuries along the way. But I do agree with you, mate. I think he's got something. I also think he could play the 10. I think his close ball control, Monga. You know, I'm not saying he's Messi, but you know, Messi goes through players that aren't there. Monga can just, you know, create so much space. Corner, and it's gone over the top left and Barra. Monga creates so much space and just drags players out of position. I just wonder if in the 10 role he could be something special. Looks like the formation change isn't going to make a difference. We're going to conserve some legs, guys, and we get the 3-1 win. 19 shots, 10 on target. And I think we've won every game so far in this episode. Unbelievable scenes. We're getting in a right flow here. And I like this formation. It's giving me encouragement that we can keep, tweaking this in a Claudio-style way to maybe build something longer term, especially when we get higher up the leagues and we got less quality than the opposition, right? In League Two, with the young players, we still got a lot of quality, haven't we? So player ratings, Marcel 7.8. Ever since he's been dropped and come back in, he's looked like a new man. Keeping himself in the team at the moment, especially if he's scoring and getting assists every game, right? And of course, what do we say about Jeremy Monga? I mean, if there's a player who's going to win Player of the Year so far, it's Jeremy Monga. It was looking like it was going to be Will Alves, but Monga is now starting to outshine him. And good performances from Barrett and Lindsay. Obviously, we've got two rotating left backs and right backs here, with Aluka and Barrett this side, Lindsay and Ali this side, and they're all contributing really well, guys. We're really happy with that. I'm pleased with that, but we need to move on, not allow ourselves to be too comfortable. Let's upset them. Exactly. But that's good. They need to hear that. And we're top of the league, guys, with a game in hand. Unbelievable. We move ahead of MK Dons. I think we must be the top goal scorers in the division as well. Look at this for a title. We'd love to see it in real life. Monga sends Leicester top. Incredible scenes. Monga on form as Leicester score easy victory. And we'll take that, especially when I've managed to introduce this new formation as well. Don't forget to hype and like as well, guys. Thank you. There's a few of us in tonight. Thank you for joining us. Obviously, it's a nice Sunday night chill out sort of stream. I say this every week as well. We can talk generally football as well as we're going along, because there's a lot of these episodes that will be focused on basically playing games and just seeing minutes, right? As we quickly get to the manager of the month, the manager and the player and the young player of the month awards, Leicester under 21s Hutchinson has won the under 21s player of the month. 4 appearances and 6 goals for the Rennes Hutchinson in the under-21s, guys. And look at this finishing and heading. It's improving. I mean, that's a great thing as well, because we still got our academy of under-21s. There's still players like Will Daniels, Harry French, Adeji. I mean, I quite like the look of Riley Carr as well, even though he's declining a bit at the moment. All these guys, we can then progress back into this first team, right? We've just taken the first group of academy graduates and bedded them into this team first. Salech wins player of the month. Unbelievable. Not surprising. He has got 5 goals in 5 appearances, 1 assist, an average rating of 7.7. And Jeremy Monga takes second place. I mean, can't really argue with that, can we? 7.9 rating, 5 goals and 1 assist. Let's congratulate Salech on his award. Well done. And I think we're going to have to try and make him permanent. I would pay £1 million for this guy, I think. So I think he'll do us a job in the championship as well. I'm thinking long term with this, right? Salech wins Young Player of the Month as well, and Monga's second in that. So incredible. We're dominating everyone. And my first Manager of the Month award, didn't get it for August, didn't get it for September, get it for October. Where's my trophy? You know, when we've got a trophy hanging around. Haven't got it here. And Susan Whelan has praised me. Thank you very much. Definitely, Tom, thank you very much, mate. I guess you're agreeing with how awesome we're doing, which is brilliant, mate. So FFP, we've passed this period. We're currently spending about 50k less than what we can, because, of course, realistically with the finances, if you sell all your first team players, like we sold Fatawu, all these guys, you know, got about 45 million quid in, you're going to be like Man City and League Two, aren't you? I'm just choosing not to spend a lot of that for the fun of the experience, but I've got it to fall back on if I need. However, we have got to pay off a 31.5 million bank loan, which makes sense. We've probably taken out against Premier League revenue, haven't we? No, we're nowhere near the Premier League. Well done, Tom. Keep it going. Thank you very much, Scott. There'll be one more game tonight, guys, which we'll do next, which will be York away in the FA Cup. Get to rotate some players as well, which would be fun. So we can see people like Silko Thomas in this one. The board performance review, we're on a B at the moment, which is good. Transfers and tactics the players and fans are happy with. Squad, okay. Matches, okay. Club vision and culture, okay. So I do want to run deep in the FA Cup. So let's hope I don't rotate and throw us out of it like I did against Grimsby in the Carabao Cup, right, where we lost on penalties all the way back in episode 2. B+, the supporters are quite happy. You guys are happy in the chat. I'll take that. And the dressing room atmosphere is improving, which is what we want to see, right? So I'm really happy with that. Club atmosphere is great. Keeping this going in the right direction as we're going to come up against York. Famously, of course, in the FA Cup, York knocked out Man United. I think it was in 95, didn't they? The Eric Cantona Manchester United team. So could they be the surprise against us here? We're going to end the episode to find out, guys. And Grazik is out for 4 weeks. This is like life, isn't it? Just when you get things going in the right direction, problems happen. So Grazik's going to be out for 3 weeks with a damaged shoulder, which means we're going to have to promote a backup goalkeeper and Harry French to the first team. So we got 2 now. So it means Stevie Bowser is going to be going in for the cup game. And he is not as good as Grazic, obviously, but we want to use the academy players. Or I could use Harry French, but if I compare them quickly, I think Stevie Bowser's got the edge. Yeah, probably just about. There's a couple of things he's worse at. Look, he's the blue line, but I think generally we'll stick with Stevie Bowser. Yes, York did. Yeah, they did, didn't they? Famously, yeah. I remember did they knock them out in the replay? I can't quite remember how it actually panned out, but I remember they knocked out Man United and they were in league. I think they were in the second division at the time, York. But obviously, since then they've been down to the National League, and in real life they're in the National League. Probably a team on a bit of a resurgence, so that's something to keep an eye out for in the future. Knockout again, poor in training, which is interesting. His punishment could be he can start against York in this final game tonight. I think that will be the best way we can punish him for this one. Right. So let's get to this. We want to get a big third round draw, don't we? The most annoying thing for me, guys, about the Carabao Cup exit to Grimsby on penalties. But of course, we were 1-0 up into the 120th odd minute or whatever it was. I think it was in extra time, wasn't it? And we gone 1-0 up and they equalised in the last minute of that, which was insane, just real bad luck. Gary Monk's taken over at Gillingham, so the Football Manager hot seat is still moving, guys. Right. Always remember Hereford beating Newcastle in the FA Cup. Yes, absolutely. I remember that one. The famous one for Leicester was when we lost to Leatherhead, wasn't it? I'm not sure you remember that, but that was a bad one. Right, team for the FA Cup. Bowser in goal. French as backup. So I think today we'll go over Luco. I've got to keep mixing it up. Defensively, I'm going to get Henry Cartwright in there alongside Bobby and Marty. I think that makes sense because Henry Cartwright is generally our utility man, but I think Suter and Masonda. Oh, Suter actually could play 45 minutes, guys. Let's chuck him on the bench. We might have a little Harry Suter cameo before the end of the episode. His first time in about 3 years for Leicester, right? And who knows if this season he could come in and do the same for us. He might very well. I think Brandon Coven go on the bench. Lindsay can retain his position at left back. He had a pretty good showing. Right, into midfield. We are a bit limited here, so I might go to the under-21s in a second, actually. There's a couple of guys down here I like. I like Tony Onieni. He scored a great goal last time out. His tackling is good, so he could probably play the ball winner. And he scored a long-range goal, I think, or tried to, and he was really good. So, and I'm going to get a few more of these guys on the bench, like the Deji as the backup centre-back can go on the bench. I'm literally doing that thing. Lorenz Hutchinson's got to be on there as well, hasn't he? I'm literally doing that thing that all fans hate, where I'm literally rotating my entire first team for this game, but we should still have more than enough to win. So we'll go with Logan Briggs and attacking mid-centre because he was really good there last time. Do I give a start to Opoku today? I don't trust him, guys. I don't trust Opoku. I'm going to go with Josh King instead, controversially. Jake Evans on the right. Popov will go on the left because we know he's a solid pair of hands. Anthony Knockout will not feature, but he'll be on the bench. Silko Thomas on the bench. And we just need a box-to-box. I'll go with Golding. He needs to get some fitness up. He's not doing it sat on the sideline, is he? So we'll get him back in here. And I think the last one we'll get on the bench, Wanya as well, just in case we do need a player who's going to come in and make a difference. Right. The other way of looking at it is giving Knockout a start as promoting poor training ethic. However, after watching interviews on players' careers, some of the worst trainers were beats in the game. I do wonder if Edouard's like that. Do you think, mate, Scott, like Edouard never really featured for us? I always use the comparison with Adel Trapp at QPR, don't I? He trained awfully, he barely turned up, but when you played him and the players like let him get away with it, they won the league. They were incredible, weren't they? We've been on a good run lately. Go out and impress me. So I do think man management is very important in football. Tony's going to get me, giving him a lot of rope right now because he's got experience. If we get to January and he's a problem, he'll be going. Possible, Tom. Yeah, I think possible is fair. I mean, it depends on your interpretation, doesn't it? I mean, I do agree players, generally speaking, should give their best. And if they don't do well at training, I get why they might not feature, right? But here we go. Rotated team today. The FA Cup. We might be on telly for this, which would be helpful. A few more pennies in the pot for Leicester then, isn't it, guys? But anyway, we get this game underway. Away at York. The most interesting thing for me in this one is going to be Bowser, because he's not got the one-on-ones I particularly want. But I only wanted to get the one goalkeeper in, try and keep the budget tight to start this. And I think between him and French, there's a battle royale to see who might be able to get the second jersey, the backup jersey. However, there is a chance neither one might make it, right? Aluko coming forward down the right-hand side now. He's got to use that pace. Is he going to find Jake Evans? Jake Evans is free. He's in. Jake Evans puts it wide. In the last game against Spurs he played, he was firing them on target every opportunity. I thought that was going to ripple the back of the net. Come on, we don't want to fall foul to York here. They would love to be able to do this to us. Love to be able to make us, you know, the statistic. Love to be able to Man United us. Terrible, isn't it? Anyway, throwing down to Briggs now. And Marty back to Lindsay. Golding. Nice one-touch football. And Marty trying to find Popov. He gets free. Across to Logan Briggs. Puts it in the back of the net. Is it offside? The referee is flagging it's offside. Such a shame, guys, because that was a nice bit of play. A stereotypical goal from this Leicester team, right? It's hard to say. I think Edouard dropped his head because he wasn't going to get the minutes he wanted here. Hence, he was left out of the squad after a short while. I think you're right, Scott. The funny thing about Edouard, I never mentioned at the time, is Popov's in here and he puts it past the far post. It hits the post and goes out, actually. The funny thing about Edouard, I always felt, was it would be typical Leicester to have had a deal where if he played so many games, we had to buy him, right? Corner comes in there and it's over the top and York could have taken a dramatic lead. Luckily it was over, but it does make me wonder if maybe if he had X amount of games we'd have to have bought him, and maybe a couple of managers didn't like his training ethic, so they kind of felt, well, we're not going to play him and put the club in a position where they're going to lose 15 million quid in a fee or something. 1-0 to York and Daniel Batty has scored as I'm talking about past Leicester theories, guys. Oh dear. Well, I have rotated the team, so this could be on me. I have got one or two players we can change up on the bench as well. Good vision from Stones there to get it back to Batty, and there was just a bit too much space, and I think that was Golding, who wasn't quite there. But yes, the Edward one I think was probably due to politics more than actually how good he was. And he doesn't strike me as being someone that was a good trainer. Brendan, funnily enough, looked at him when he was at the club, didn't he? Because he had him at Celtic. But just even though he had him at Celtic, there was something about him he didn't quite like. Lindsay equalises. We'll take that. Unbelievable. I heard he fell out with Ruud van Nistelrooy, and Ruud said to me, not good enough. Could very well be the case, mate. I think that the way the deal was set up was pretty dodgy anyway. I don't think it ever made any sense that it was in Leicester's. I don't think it was a deal that was in positive for Leicester, really. I think it was a deal that was more positive for Crystal Palace. So we paid his wages and all the rest of it. But anyway, right. So that's a surprisingly even game. York had 5 shots, 3 on target. We've had 6 and 2. I'm not changing to the backup formation. I'm far from pleased, lads. Right, let's see if we make any changes here. Ollie Yenny's only a good game, a 7.3, but he is in the book. And we know what Aluko's like when he's in the book, so I think Aluko can come off here. Brandon Cover didn't play well last time, but we'll get him on for an opportunity. Josh King's not having a good game. Let's get Lorenz Hutchinson on, guys, because he's obviously scored 6 goals in 4 games for the under-21s. Makes sense to get him out. Throw into Leicester to start this half. Be nice if we can take a couple of goals here early to put this out of the way. Oh, Evans goes close. Header over the top of the crossbar. Shame we couldn't take the lead with that one. Right, let's shout at them and demand some more here. We need to get our focus going here at the start of the second half. York going to play it into the back post. Palmer, though, tried to get on the end of it. Cover cleared it well. Counter-attack on from Leicester. Popov's first touch there was terrible. And now it's going to put the pressure straight back on us, guys. Sinclair down to Batty. Batty coming forward here. He's already got 1 goal today. Can he be influential in another? Kitching in Sinclair, and it's York 2, Leicester 1. The problem is we're a big fish in an entirely small pond here in League 2, aren't we? And a conference team here is enjoying this opportunity to have a go at us, and it's in the back of the net. Disappointing. We could be the story on the back newspaper, the back page of the newspaper, tomorrow morning. York 2, Leicester 1. Was he onside? They're having a look here, guys. That looks to me like he's offside. Isn't it the blue line, which is them, which means he would have been offside? That's pretty frustrating. And Logan Briggs has dropped off in this game, not playing well. So let's get knockout on here for Logan Briggs. I think I can still make 2 more changes after this. What's the team stats? Here you go, mate. We'll have a quick look. Not looking great. We've got Bowser on a 6.5, Cover on a 6.6, who's just come on. Bobby and Marty 6.5, not having a great game. Lindsay's doing okay on a 6.9. We got a 7 for Cartwright, 7.2 for Onieni, who literally, despite coming from the 23s, has been the best player so far. Golding is probably not fit to carry on much longer. Jake Evans is on a 6.4. So I think Jake Evans will get off here for Silko as well. I think we've got one more sub we can use after that. So we've taken off the worst offenders here. And right, and let's encourage them. It's nice, simple encouragement. Where are we losing it on the pitch? Pretty much in front of our... Let me have a quick look. Yeah, looks like we're losing just in front of our defenders quite a lot. He played in here and Connor's scored and York City are 3-1 up, guys. Is it going to be ruled out? Thank God for that. It is. Hutchinson on up top could be the guy to save us, but I do wonder here if I'm going to have to try and make one more change. I think Popov off for Marcel here. Right, that's all our changes, guys. We're all in now. York going to play out from the back. I don't really want to make too many changes. I still think we can do it from this place. I'll go more attacking. Oh, and he's played it out to Marcel, who's in straight away. Marcel's put it over. No, it was denied by the save. You can't miss those. That's a golden opportunity. Golding's going to take the short corner now. We take a replay at the King Power, knock out in towards the back, and we lost the highlight there to Silko Thomas, which is a shame. Looks like we're going to be in trouble, guys. FA Cup adventure might be over. May have to rocket the team at the end of this. I think you're right, mate. We did rotate them. It's on me. And it's one of those where you look at the team selection and go, manager, what have you done? The FA Cup is over. I'm going to put hands together. No. Hands on hips. Point finger. Which one's the one where you get angry? Thrash arms. There we go. Like that, isn't it? We should have won that based on the chances created. There's no good. Defensive performances are woeful. I'm quite angry how bad you've been. That's upset them a little bit. We're out of the FA Cup, guys, in the first round. And we hadn't lost a game entire night of the episode, but we end on a loss. Would you believe it? We're only going to get £3,000. Defeating the FA Cup first round. Performance, be competitive. That's not very good at all, and that's on me. Throw teacups. Draw. If I did do that and it smashed, that would have been amazing, amazing YouTube footage, wouldn't it? But anyway, guys, it doesn't matter. We're out of the FA Cup, knocked out in the first round by York City, knocked out in the first round by Grimsby Town from the Caribou Cup. At least symmetry is happening. However, the Bristol Street Motors Trophy, Group H. Look, you see in this bottom corner here. If we go down to Group H. Oh, no, we're not Group H. What group are we? Oh, we're in the other one, aren't we? We're in the Southern section, Group H. Yeah, see, we qualified with that. So we have still got a chance at a trophy. We have still got a chance for a trophy. It's not disastrous, Tom. No, it's not. It's not going to get me sacked, luckily. I was a bit worried with the performance here, but I think we're going to get away with it. And ultimately, it's one less thing to worry about. We now know in this save we're going to be focused on the league, and we're going to try and win the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. Do the Fergie treatment, start kicking football boots around. I probably should get more angry. It's getting quite late, though. I don't want to wake up the neighbours, right, by shouting too much. But anyway, top of League One, guys. That is the most... Sorry, top of League Two. If we were in League One, we'd probably be top of that as well. Great night. 10 games we've played. Sorry, we played 14 games. Won 10, drawn 3. Only lost the 1 to Bristol Rovers. So that's good. We got no draws tonight. We won all the league games, which is what we wanted to do to really get a foot down. So as you can see tonight, Salford, Colchester, Barnet and Cheltenham, we scored 3 goals, 4 goals, 2 goals and 3 goals, which is pretty good. Great stuff, great weekend. Totally agree, Greg. Can't complain with that, can we? Next time we're going to be back with Oldham, MK Dons who are seconds. There's some big games next week, guys. Swindon as well in that Bristol Street Motors Trophy. One I can rotate and afford to lose in and not cost us a trophy because we're already through. So it doesn't matter what we do with that. And then we've got Crewe and Harrogate and Grimsby, all big League Two teams. And in that episode as well, we are going to start considering who is going to be with this team going forward. We have question marks over Opoku. We have question marks over maybe even Silko Thomas, who's not really got that many minutes so far. Masonda's starting to have a few questions. Yeah, so Brandon Cover maybe as well. We'll see. See you Wednesday against Bristol. 100%, mate. Hopefully I'm going to be better at doing all the technical stuff for that one. I've been practicing because that was the hardest bit. Thanks, Scott. Awesome show. Look forward to the next one, Tom. Have a great week all. Hopefully watch along against Bristol City. It is happening, mate. Yes, I'm going to be practicing this week how to do all the camera setups and stuff, because I tell you what, that watch along shot past at the weekend. Nothing has ever gone quicker in my life the last few weeks, because there were so many things that Chris does that you don't appreciate when you're just on the show. And trying to do all that as well and get all the timers right and there's goals up, and that is the magic of what Chris does, guys, and what anyone presenting on Leicester Till I Die does. So we'll get better at that, ready for Bristol City. Thank you very much. It's hard work, Tom. It is indeed, guys. It is indeed. And thank you very much again for being here tonight. I mean, we'll take that. And of course, we have got the second tactic, which is, I think, looking like we might be able to build with this. I like the roaming playmaker element. I just think this is so defensively sound, and him coming out into a roaming playmaker role could be very helpful for us going forward. And it's moving away from the 4-2-3-1, which I'm not the biggest advocate for, as we know, but we're using it right now. Anyway, guys, thank you all again. Don't forget to hyper like on your way out. We do appreciate your support, and we'll see you back here next week. And I will see you for the watch along on Wednesday night. Obviously, Chris is still away on holiday. But in good news, since I've taken over the watch-alongs, we've won one game from one game. So long may it continue. Guys, thank you very much again, and I will see you next time. Good night.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network. TalkSport. Powered by fans.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.